great pleasure that I welcome you all to our very special open evening. You do not need me to explain why we are doing things very differently tonight. We are always encouraging our students to be creative and courageous, and so it is in this spirit that we bring you our very first virtual open evening. Tonight you will see and hear from a number of my colleagues and students who will talk about their first month at Chipping Norton School. Between us, we hope to provide an insight into why we are so proud of our school and look forward to welcoming the next generation of students to our school. We know that you are not a captive audience this time around, and so we hope to bring you the people and the information that matters most to you at this time. This is why you will hear all about teaching and learning, the transition programme, and provision for students with special educational needs. At the very end of our virtual open evening, in about 40 minutes' time, you will be able to email a group of staff with as many questions as you would like on any range of topics. We shall be at our desks and ready to provide instant replies until about 9 p.m. tonight. We hope this makes our virtual open evening a unique, special and informative event for you and your children. If you are interrupted or simply want to watch the whole thing all over again, the entire evening will be available to watch via our website throughout the year. And please forgive any camera shyness on our part as we try to model the values we try to instill in our students. When faced with a challenge, show courage, be creative, and hope that your audience is compassionate. Enough of me for now. Please sit back and enjoy the premiere of our short film that we've commissioned to open our virtual open evening.
What you can expect when you come to Chipping Norton School is we have a really carefully planned transition which actually starts in year 5 and then in the spring of the year 6 year at school we go into primary schools because actually research has shown us that actually having that contact, we take year 7 ambassadors to meet the year 6 students and there's a great exchange of information that happens then. The year 6s always have lots and lots of questions, mostly around homework, mostly around the school buses, things like that.
Ensuring that students reach their full potential is make sure that they are supported in every lesson. So we have a really strong focus on the quality of teaching and learning, which looks at making sure that work is differentiated, which makes sure that teachers are looking, that they know every single child well in their lessons. So we have student profiles which give all the information that teachers need in order to set the work appropriately and stretch those children, and also those with additional needs. It enables them to set the correct level of work in those lessons. So we get the balance right, and what that means is that all children then feel safe and secure and happy in their learning environment and then go on to achieve great things. We know that if children feel safe, if they feel secure, if they feel happy and comfortable in their environment, then they will go on to achieve, and that's what we ask all teachers to do. We make sure that the learning is pitched at the right level with enough stretch and challenge and support to ensure that all students can do that.
Knowledge is very much at the heart of everything we try to do at Chipping Norton School with our curriculum. So we aim for a knowledge-rich curriculum and try to teach knowledge-rich lessons. And I think for us that really means that we're aiming to deliver what we call high-temp lessons. TEMP's an acronym that we use, and we use that to focus in on the 4 things we think will make the biggest difference to teachers. There's loads of stuff that teachers could spend all of their time focusing on, but we think that if a teacher spends their time looking at task design, explanation, modelling and practice, that's really our best bet for providing the best kind of education we can for the students. I think parents can feel that their children are going to be stretched here. I think that the common language that's shared between all teachers is one of real high aspiration and understanding of how learning works.
Amazing, because all the teachers are really nicer than I thought, and all the classes are so fun, and it's really easy to make new friends here.
I think what makes Chipping Norton School special is all the activities you can do and fun classes and
the teachers really help you build up your confidence.
Yeah.
The teachers are all really nice. Really supportive. Really strict.
they're really supportive and kind.
I was worried before, but
It's
now,
very welcoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the first day
It's-
you realise that there was really nothing to worry about at all.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a range of clubs. Like you've got sports stuff after school, or there's like, especially for GCSE, you can go to like extra clinics for your subjects.
Especially in like year 7 as well. Like when I came
Yeah.
there, there was loads of things that I could do.
And it really helps when you're younger because that's when you meet more people at all the schools.
Yeah, there's-
there's
you
a
got
really big
the stuff
range
at the
when you're
library and
younger.
everything.
I remember I used to do trampolining loads. Yeah, you can do everything.
And even if you're not very good at it, you just get welcomed and then you
Yeah.
start to meet other people, and that's just really helpful.
Okay, do I stand here? Ready? Year 11, take 1.
Facilities at Chipping Norton School are amazing. The science block is great, it's brand new, and everywhere in the school just feels like home.
Yeah, I'd definitely say for students looking to come to Chipping Norton School, for them to come here, it is an amazing place to be, it's great.
I'd say the most special thing about Chipping Norton School is the teachers.
I think what makes Chipping Norton School special is that we have a really strong pastoral care system at the school where we care about every single student regardless of where they've come from, their background, their history, their heritage. And what also makes Chipping Norton School special is the fact that that we have a really strong academic tradition at the school as well. So many of our students who start with us in year 7 will go all the way through to sixth form and will start attending our sixth form, which has had an outstanding reputation for a number of years now.
Absolutely, yes, and I agree. If I could just like to echo what Ms Hancock has said, that actually because of the nurturing nature of Chipping Norton School, students feel supported and then they are able to achieve, and we strive for every student to be the best they can be.
Chipping Norton School needs you!
Come to Chipping Norton School, it's amazing!
During the period between March and September 2020, I was continually reminded that a school is not the building, it is the community. Dispersed as we were over many square miles, it was something more than mere walls and corridors that kept us together. In choosing the right school for your child, we know that you wish to be reassured that they will reach their full potential and feel part of something special at their school. Like every human being, each school has a personality or a character. And like every human being, it has flaws and it has virtues. At Chipping Norton School, we are fearless in seeking to be an even better school. And we are deeply proud of the countless ways in which our school is a very special place to learn, to live, and to make new friends. Our core purpose is to provide your children with a first-class education. This leads us to take the business of the best ways to teach, the best ways to learn very, very seriously. In partnership with the River Learning Trust, we are at the cutting edge of what works and what does not work in education. And we focus on the right blend of traditional and innovative means to acquire knowledge and apply that to become wise and imaginative people. Mr. Gent will talk more about this in a few moments. In order for us to maximise potential, we have to maximise the time that we have available. This is why we are fussy about attendance, punctuality, and all forms of misbehaviour that can slow down your child's learning and progress. We are proud of how our students respond to this need for excellence as standard, and we love the fact that our students arrive each day with enthusiasm, energy, and a willingness to be the best they can be. Our school is calm, it's orderly, it's happy, it's focused, because our students and our staff work as one in pursuit of a single goal, a first-class education. That said, we are all, but especially young people, works of art in progress. We welcome those opportunities to develop unique characters who conquer their weaknesses and refine their triumphs. Whilst we all pursue an infinite number of virtues, we focus on 4 that we believe will contribute most to our students leading a happier life and contribute to a better society. We call upon students to be fundamentally compassionate in their outlook, to avoid a rapid rush to judgment and instead walk a step or two in others' boots and enjoy the freedom that comes with being more empathic and sensitive to others' needs. Alongside this, we seek courageous young people. Showing courage in the face of academic, social, or emotional adversity is a battle we all face, but one we can face together when we know that our courage can be strengthened when we are open and working alongside one another. Meanwhile, if we can all be curious, then everything else can fall into place. Having an open mind and a mind that is quick to explore new ways of thinking and doing unlocks wisdom in every part of a person's life. And finally, creativity. If there was one virtue that sets us apart from all the other creatures on this planet, it is our personal and collective ability to be infinitely creative in the way that we speak, write, draw, dance, act, compete, design, or problem solve. We remind our students that our creativity and our uniqueness is not reflected in what we wear or what we buy in the shops. It's what we do with our personal gifts and the opportunities that have been presented to us. This means that we not only seek the very best examination results for your children, we also want to work with you to help them become the very best versions of themselves that they can be by being compassionate, courageous, curious, and creative adults. The school's improvements in examination performance are therefore no accident. Starting with GCSE performance, almost 90% of our students leave the school with grades 4 to 9 in English and in mathematics. Also, over a third leave with grades 7 to 9. These high levels of achievement are replicated across the curriculum as students' progress and attainment has climbed over the past 5 years and is set to lead to our very best GCSE and A-level results next summer. The success of our students at GCSE is reflected in our vibrant and outstanding sixth form, which has now almost 100 new recruits in Year 12, housed in our newly refurbished and rather plush sixth form centre. A-level results are also impressive. 1/3 of every single result was an A-star or A grade. In fact, almost 2/3 of all results were grade B or higher this year, and almost 90% of every single grade achieved was grade C or above. Those levels of academic excellence do not occur by accident, nor can such high levels of performance be taken for granted. This is why we are so rooted in sound and proven teaching, learning, and revision practices. so that we can sustain high levels of performance, meet the needs of each new generation, and make sure that we understand their own interests, strengths and needs. It is such a shame that we've been unable to open our school to you as normal, because this has denied you the opportunity to see our amazing sites and our facilities for the first time, or to see the upgrades and refurbishments that have taken place or are in motion right now. I hope our video provides some of that insight, but it can never quite draw out the unrivaled specialist areas that we have in science, technology, art, music, dance and PE. Nor can we show you our transformed sixth form accommodation, or indeed the work that has begun on our brand new dining and study areas for Key Stage 4 students. We are so glad that we've already been able to reopen our very popular Extra Time programme, sitting as it does at the heart of an extremely wide-ranging extracurricular offer and opportunities at this school. Whilst residential and foreign trips may be on hold for a short while, we shall look forward to the resumption of the kinds of trips and visits that our students have enjoyed in the past, including visits to galleries, theatres, London, Florence, the Austrian Alps, the Belgian and French battlefields, South Africa, Bavaria, and countless Duke of Edinburgh expeditions. We say that knowledge is the rocket fuel of thoughts, and we want your children's thoughts to soar. We hope that you will join us on that journey. We thank you for listening, for being here tonight, and I'm really delighted to introduce Mr. Gent, who leads on our school's teaching and learning strategy. He will tell you more about our knowledge-rich curriculum and how that translates into the pursuit of excellence as standard each and every day.
Hello, my name's Mr. Gent and I'm Assistant Head Teacher for Teaching and Learning at Chipping Norton School. I've been a teacher for nearly 18 years and I think I speak for a great number of my colleagues when I say that there's never really been a more exciting time to be a teacher. And I say this for two reasons. The first is the increase in evidence made available to teachers that really hones in on the most effective classroom practices. Our time with your children is our most valuable resource. And so we're constantly seeking for the most impactful ways in which to improve our practice. A huge amount of literature in the field now points us in the right direction, the direction of the most sound and proving teaching and learning strategies we can find. The second reason that explains why now is the most exciting time to be a teacher is to do with cognitive science. Advances in our understanding of how the brain works have helped unlock some of the mysteries of memory. We now know that skillful practice is brought about through the mastery of a secure base of knowledge. We now understand the mechanics that help students move from feeling like novices to becoming experts in increasingly complex tasks. It's these insights that have helped shape what all teachers at Chipping Norton School strive to deliver, knowledge-rich lessons taught from a knowledge-rich curriculum. If you were able to walk around the school, you would encounter what we've come to describe as high-temperature lessons. TEMP is an acronym that we use to draw attention to the four things that we believe have the most impact upon how young people learn. They're the four things that we ask teachers to invest their time and energy in improving and in refining. The T stands for task designs and the ways in which we encourage our students to think and to think deeply about meaning. We ask teachers to organise the essential knowledge and to teach this first. We regularly quiz the students on that knowledge in order to reactivate what they need for the lesson, but also to lay down the foundations for that knowledge to be stored in their long-term memory. The E stands for explanation. And our teachers are really confident in their expertise and communicate their passion for their subjects clearly and succinctly, and we encourage them to think about teacher talk in that manner. We talk about teacher talk a lot at CNS, and we seek to find the best ways in which we can share with your children our fascination with our subjects. The M stands for modelling, and we talk about modelling the kitchen sink. And by that I mean our teachers will always show rather than just tell the students how to do something. We understand that some processes, like writing an essay, can be quite complex, and so those are always broken down so that they are less daunting. We share the steps for success, and we model for students how to complete those. And one of the things that happens with increased regularity at the school is our using comparative models, whereby students are asked to look at secure examples and excellent examples of the same thing. And finally, P. The P in TEMP stands for practice. My colleagues and I often talk about the off you go moment and how we might make it so that the students have little to no hesitancy when we say off you go. There's a real art to making sure that a class is able to leap into a complex task, and this is why we focus a great deal of our attention and a great deal of our professional development upon how we might adapt our tasks, our talk and our models to improve access and so lighten the load for students when they approach those more demanding and sustained independent tasks. Our success with this can be seen in the way that when you walk around our school, you often encounter entire year groups completely absorbed in their work and the quiet of their concentration permeating through the walls. When that happens, and it happens frequently, I know we're getting ever closer to our goal of excellence as standard in every classroom, every day. It's now my pleasure to introduce Miss Smart, our Special Education Needs Coordinator. Miss Smart and I have worked closely together on a strategy designed to point teachers in the direction of the quality first teaching strategies that we believe deliver for our vulnerable learners. She will tell you more about what we think makes the biggest difference to our students with special education needs now.
My name is Wendy Smart and I'm the Special Needs Coordinator here at Chipping Norton School. My role is to coordinate the support for children who need something a little bit different to the universal curriculum that we offer. I've been teaching for over 26 years and I've worked as Deputy and both Senko in 2 schools. In all the schools I've worked in, they've been deemed outstanding by Ofsted. This is something I'm enormously proud of. Historically, you may have heard reference to learning support. We certainly support students here in learning support with their academic studies. However, what we believe in is that most of the support is out in the main classroom. For some children, it could be barriers in reading, writing, spelling or maths. But for others, it could be emotional needs, such as anxiety or physical needs, and we need to make sure we make those adjustments in their day-to-day life so that they can transition into adulthood. Brilliant. Here at Chipping Norton School, we believe the best intervention is quality first teaching. Quality first teaching is the experiences the children have on a day-to-day basis. That's in the mainstream lessons when adaptations are made to the curriculum so that it's accessible for them. We have a range of highly skilled learning support assistants who run one-to-one and small group interventions. They may be maths or English interventions, reading or spelling interventions. We also run emotional and social groups, anxiety groups, and we make sure that at the end of year 9, we screen all our students for exam access arrangements. If you'd like to know more, then please email me at the end of this session, or alternatively, my assistant Senko, Claire Saxby. All the details will be available at the end of the evening.
And so, as you've just heard, it is through research, staff development and quality first, high temp teaching that we strive to deliver an education that reaches every child. At Chipping Norton School, our success in the classroom is made possible by the enormous collective effort undertaken by our pastoral team, day in, day out. It's my pleasure now to hand over to Mrs. Faulkner, who will be the first member of that team that your child will meet. Her work with transition is representative of the superb pastoral care your child can expect to receive throughout their time at Chipping Norton School.
Gent. Hello, I am Mrs. Faulkner. I'm head of Year 7 at Chipping Norton School. We fundamentally believe that if students feel safe and special and are well supported, they will achieve academic success and they will fulfil their full potential. Heuristically, students are worried about the transition to secondary school because they need to get used to larger school premises, to more teachers, to new routines. In particular, a different way of thinking and often more challenging work. At Chipping Norton School, we have a dedicated assistant head of year who is there to support Year 7. She is Mrs. O'Brien. Mrs. O'Brien and I work closely together. We are very proud of the way that we manage transition from primary school to secondary school and endeavour to ensure that it is a positive process. We do this by building strong relationships. The tutor is one of the most important people in your child's school career. They see your child every day and they monitor overall social and academic progress. They are the first point of contact too. We have also built excellent relationships with our feeder primary schools, and it is the highlight of my year to go and visit the students in their primary settings. Research from Oxford University has shown that a successful transition is based upon 5 key criteria: developing new friendships, settling into school life, showing an increasing interest in school and schoolwork, getting used to new routines, and experiencing curriculum continuity. Children who felt that they had a lot of help from their secondary school to settle in were more likely to have a successful transition. This included help with getting to know the way around school, relaxed rules in the early weeks, procedures to help people adapt, visits to schools, induction and taster days, and booklets of information. The transition process at Chipping Norton School begins in Year 5 when letters are sent out to our feeder primary schools. During the spring term of Term 6, Mrs. O'Brien begins to contact our feeder primary schools to start to get to know children who might need extra support when they arrive here. All of our prospective parents and pupils will receive an information pack, including a booklet on the transition process from us in May. However, it is in Term 6 when things spring into action. Mrs. O'Brien and I visit the primary schools along with our Year 7 ambassadors to speak with the Year 6 pupils and their teachers. The ambassadors give a pupil's view of life in Year 7, and the Year 6 usually have lots and lots of questions. This is when the main exchange of information takes place. 2 taster days called Bridge Club take place over 2 weeks in June. It involves a small number of children. It is when we invite all of our out-of-catchment pupils and pupils who might need extra support, who are referred to us by their primary schools, to experience 2 afternoons of workshop-style lessons with their parents. And this culminates with a garden party in our library gardens. At the end of June, all the Year 6 pupils spend 2 induction days at Chipping Norton School, in conjunction with the sports afternoon. They travel on the school buses, they meet their form tutor, their fellow tutees, their sixth form mentors who will then support them throughout their lives in Year 7. Most pupils leave us on those days tired, yet fizzing with excitement and keen to start their secondary school careers immediately. In September, we encourage all students to join a club, which forms a perfect opportunity to meet new friends with shared interests. We're particularly proud of our wide range of sports clubs available, as well as the diverse array of activities that take place in our fantastic school library. Students also take part in a scavenger hunt to help them learn their way around the school. Furthermore, we allow Year 7 students to have extra time to get to lessons and the canteen for their lunch. Each of these procedures helps students to adapt. We achieve most success when parents, students and staff work together in the triangle of mutual support. And when this happens, we do achieve great success. Thank you very much for listening. I will now pass back to our head teacher, Mr. Doherty.
And so that just leaves me to say thank you to my colleagues and to those students who have appeared tonight. We hope that our courage and creativity have paid off and that our virtual open evening will win an award at the next BAFTAs. However, the evening is not over. Very shortly, a new screen will appear that will give you the email addresses of those of us who are now ready to answer and reply to your questions until 9 o'clock tonight. Please note the themes that we have set out so that you can direct your questions to the right person. I'll be there to pick up any that don't quite fit. Our website also provides you with a copy of our school prospectus, amongst many other things, but also the really popular letters from our Year 7 students to their former classmates back in primary school. Both can be easily accessed as PDFs on our website, and we hope that you find the time to enjoy them both and other parts of our website. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. From all of us at Chipping Norton School, good night.